Joziah the Saviour. He'd been trained to fight the subversive mindset of the demon, read through their tricks and advise his ward against dangerous actions, not to mention battle demonic attacks. He'd been a good warrior. He'd looked great in the shining armour with the flaming sword, his black hair whipping about like his great russet-coloured wings, and he'd beaten a great number of foes. Yet, here he was, trapped working with the Veil Agents of Justice on an observation mission with the only demon in existence that had never lied to him. Not once. Quote from My Dearest Loathe. Allow me to introduce the protagonist of my Kindle-only more erotic story, My Dearest Loathe, Joziah. Joziah here is a great character to introduce to begin with, because of the development within his story, and well, history-wise, he's quite straightforward, and I hope you'll find the information below useful. So, his name is Joziah. Position: former guardian angel, now a saviour. Story featured in My Dearest Loathe and a cameo in No Sleep in the Shadows. Role: he's the protagonist. Gender: agender when he was in heaven, masculine presence for his charge, and then male once he became a saviour. Description: about 6 foot tall, broad-shouldered, pitch-black hair that's to the neck and straight, pallid or pasty white skin, brilliant eyes, formerly held russet or red-brown wings. He has Irish-looking features and is mistaken often as being Irish, as his last duty for a human was to appear not only as a masculine guardian, bearing the familiar Irish accent of a grandparent, which Joziah retained upon losing his wings. Realm: Earth, but he's outside the veil. Abilities: immortal, not invulnerable to some viruses, and demons can kill him, but he doesn't grow old and does not die of disease. He can read through demonic lies and spells, see humans bound to contracts, and can interact and fight with demons. He can travel in and out of the veil, and he can use spells and crystals to trap demons without having to use exorcism or ritual drawings to do so. He can summon demons and angels for a chat, and can bind demons, but he is at great risk of being killed. Master: the almighty powers, though he serves through the Veil Agents of Justice. Personality: a little self-righteous, stubborn but a total pushover for women and children. Joziah has the typical angelic qualities of knowing how to protect someone in danger and help them no matter the situation, but he is blind to his own needs and has trouble understanding that other people have different morals and beliefs. Joziah believes in monogamy, total loyalty, and the desire to do things for another person just to help them, rather than for any other benefit. He tries not to succumb to things like lust or rage, but when in the company of demons he can be quick to anger, severely judgmental, and you could perhaps refer to him as a little racist, with his constant statements of demons as subversives, whether reformers or not. He also has a strange attraction to Rowan that makes him very hateful. He certainly does not believe in the phrase opposites attract. Relations: created angel, so he has no blood relative because he was not made of blood. History: created from the shed feathers of guardian angels, Joziah was a guardian angel of the 3rd generation, those created after Christ's resurrection. Joziah was trained by an elder angel, and once his training was perfected, he was attached to a soul. His first soul was a Roman soldier, and learning with him, Joziah's more masculine nature developed. When his first assignment passed on in battle, as was to be expected, Joziah was given his name from the Book of Names by the Archangel Sandalphon, before he was sent to another soul. Josiah's shape and image shifted regularly for the sake of his charges, and he came to encounter various demons trying to enslave his charges with lust, greed, envy, or rage, or trying to trick them into giving away their souls to fill in inadequacies, whether loneliness with prostitutes, greed with stealing, envy with spiteful actions, emptiness with addictive substances, and rage with violence. Joziah never lost a single battle, and his fearsome ability with the flaming sword was sensed by all his charges, so that it was not unusual that he was constantly viewed as a male by them. He kept his charges faithful to some greater power, and humble, and always these beings took roles like doctors, firefighters, policemen, and bodyguards. Then his last human charge, an EMT, was the one to give him the Irish accent, pale skin, and dark hair to remind him of his grandfather he'd known briefly in life and idolised. Joziah was able to help many beings of this soul until the most awful moment possible for a guardian angel happened. His charge walked in on his wife's affair, and in that moment lost total faith. The loss of faith made Josiah's wings rot and wither, leaving him screaming in agony until he woke up in the world of humans, shivering and cold, and now a human himself, known as a saviour. Thankfully, the Master in charge of the Veil Agents of Justice, Obadiah, found him first, and seeing his potential to help keep humans and Veillanders safe from demonic contracts, pulled him in to work with them. However, Obadiah found that Josiah's strength, now that he was stuck as a full human male, gendered for the first time in his life, made him the perfect guard and observer for a reformer demon, working for them to perform sexual shows for the demonic internet to retrieve souls. Joziah was to ensure this literal gender-fluid being would not perform anything illegal in human or Veil law, nor negate their reformer ways. This being was Rowan Moloch's spawn, and in return for these souls, Joziah would have to produce a certain substance to feed the being, throwing Joziah into something he certainly was not expecting. Final comments. I do not want to spoil the story for people, especially when it's so funny to watch their relationship develop, but Joziah was created from the idea of how some people trying to do the right thing and encourage other people to do the same can be a little obnoxious and inflexible to certain changes, and made a great contrast to Rowan, whom I'll talk about next month. I like Joziah though. It took a while because he was such a goody two-shoes, but his growth made him all the better, and certainly writing the scenes between him and Rowan were exceptionally fun. If you want to find out about him, look for My Dearest Loathe by Clare S.M. Keating on Amazon, and prepare yourself for a smart but an interesting story. Thank you for listening.